So, it's been a little while since I did a video to tell you what I'm up to, and something happened. It's Mark 4. I've waited so long for this. Alright, let me talk you through it. So here's the Mark 4 chassis. So you've got steel sides and you've got top and bottom. They're both pocketed lumps of aluminum. As you can see, there's a joint in there, so you can see they are two separate pieces, held together by these big ass inch bolts, 8 of them, and then there's 2 steel dowels that go in there just for location, so it all goes on straight. The sides are held on to this Hardox plate. The actual joint is by another Hardox triangle which is in there, and that is welded to this plate here, and that is hammered through into there. It's also bolted in 6 places, but you can see 2 of the bolts which are there, and they are just in front of, well, just in front of there, in front of them. So that's not the same on each side. So the drive is the same as Mark 3 had at Robo Games, but just put together better. Now having more than, I think, 15 minutes to build the gearboxes with more than an angle grinder and a hammer, which is what I had at Robo Games. Thank you, Fuzzy, because I didn't have anything. The big change is these bad boys. These are MGMs. They are the Rolls Royce of speed controllers, brushless speed controllers anyway. And yeah, so that should help solve any controller issues I was having, so that should be good. Yeah, so the weapon is the same billet piece which bolts in just there. Obviously I haven't drilled the holes for it yet, but the billet arm is down on the floor down there, stripped of its paint, because this robot will have no paint whatsoever, because I am sponsored by a company that does CNC parts. So the point is to show off the parts that they can make, and that includes this robot. So the gearboxes, the weapon gearbox, the chassis, the armour is all CNC'd from a billet, or billets plural. So yeah, it's super good. The other bit to bolt on goes just there, and that is the anti-tipping device, so that when you get underneath somebody and you go to flip them, this pushes down onto the floor rather than the wheels having to sort of overcompensate. So, but it's day 1, and yeah, it is. Today was just making sure everything fits together well, and everything routes through the way it's supposed to route through. Tomorrow is wiring, so I have to build the wiring loom to go across the robot. Sorry, it goes through here, goes down here, and yeah, get everything connected. I've got the first controller connected up here, so I get it all tidied up in there. I've got a clip that goes in to stop the wires getting too close to the motor. Lots of thought has gone into where things are placed in the robot, including links and stuff. So the link is between 2 vents, or on top of the robot. And here's the other side. So as you can see, we've got the similar vented top to it. And we've also got the name, the team name engraved in the robot as well, which is awesome. Often get asked, why bother with these on top? Why not just have a flat top? I'm used to fighting people like Jason and Thor and Terahertz and big hammer guys like that. And I was actually at the Imperial Tank Museum and was reading an exhibit there about having sloped armour. And you can't really have the kind of sloped armour that they had, but I decided to have these kind of angular bits on top to help absorb axes and nowadays saws as well, because someone has, well, a few people now have got really good saw bots. So yeah, so that's why I've got the vents on top of it. But it's got a really, really aggressive look to it on this one. And it's a bit of a monster. I'm really pleased with it. I've waited long enough for it to arrive. Believe it or not, this was actually designed end of last year, beginning of this year, and the parts and stuff were ordered while we were at BattleBots. So yeah, and the season has just finished, so yeah, it's taken a while to get here. So we probably noticed the tyres look a little bit worn. That's because they come straight off Predator. As you can see, I've literally just taken them off. So yeah, so wiring up tomorrow, and then I've just noticed something. They're upside down. It's got to get flipped. 180 degrees. Oh well. Go around the other side. It looks better from the other side. Is that the right way up, aren't they? Aren't they? Yes. There we go. That's clever of me. Well, so I'll wire it up tomorrow, and once it's wired up, I can give it a bench test. If it passes bench test, I've got no reason to not test it on the floor. No reason at all. No reason at all. It's on the bench, so I can't show you it spinning the wheels, but yeah, cool, right?